आवाज ही बंद हो गई।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह।
हेलो मैम। मैम आपकी म्यूट नहीं आ। हेलो हेलो।
हाँ मैं
और सब बढ़िया।
सब बढ़िया भाई। और तू कैसा?
अपनी क्लास के बच्चे कितने?
तू मैं और वो है। 3 बच्चे तो है अभी।
कौन कौन?
Later. Okay, again, Assalamu alaikum to all those who are coming late. On our 9x, you need to rename yourself. Kindly rename yourself. On our 9x, rename yourself. Who is
Amin
on-
Sheikh. Amin Sheikh.
Today we are going to start the chemistry subject. So as you know, the 4 months we have already covered of 4 months. Now, what are the chapters? See, in NCERT syllabus, the chapters given in the physics part is that, you know, moving things, people and ideas, idea of force, friction, pressure, sound, and electric current is there also. Light is there. So most of the part is from, you know, physics part. So some of the part which are given, which is given in chemistry part. So let me start with that chapter. So what are the chapter of chemistry part? Do you know? Do you have any book?
No sir.
सर
No sir.
No, sir.
Okay, don't worry.
Sir, we didn't get course list, sir.
You will get that. Don't worry. The thing is
Thank
that
you, sir.
everything will be cleared. I will send you the chapter after having the class, the PDF of the chapter, so that you can easily access the chapter. Number 1. Number 2, all the students need to download an app, NCERT app. What is the name of the app?
NCERT app sir, government.
Yes, in NCERT app, then you can have all the books, all the chapters, and along with that, you have all the questions also. Are you getting it or not?
Oh.
How many of you have downloaded the NCERT app? Raise your hand. NCERT app, 4 students only. Let me start with the chapter, very common chapter, very easy chapter of metals and non-metals. I can easily start the fiber also, but I will start it later because it's little bit of boring chapter. I don't want to start with something boring. Let us start with the chapter which is very much interesting. The chapter number 4 is that metals and non-metals. So,
Yes.
So the students, I would like to know, have you heard about the name of metal and non-metal? Do you have any idea about metal and non-metal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are the names? Can you say one of the name of the metals and non-metals?
Yes, sir. Iron, sir.
Sir, one
I-
metal iron and non-metal
Plastic.
H2SO4.
And
Plastic and non-metal.
I know there is lots of excitement. There's a lots of
plastic is
excitement.
not metal, rubber, non-metal.
Okay, so what are the rule we have made in the class? That one person will speak at a time. All the students are saying in a single time, is it not? Only one person will speak. When I say that speak, then he will speak. Okay. So before that, let us on the video, all the students on your video, let us do an exercise first. So when I say start, then you like to breathe, deep breathe in, hold and out, in, hold and out, like this, in, and then hold, out, again, in, hold, out, once again, in,
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है
hold,
Sir, your voice is not.
out, in, hold, out. Okay, now all the students calm down. Now I'd like to share a board. Just see on the board what I'm saying. Can you see the board? Not yet. Just a minute, let me share it again. There is some network issue.
सर हमारा
सर हमारी भी सेंड नहीं हो रही है सर बस बोल
हाँ just a minute. मैं देख है.
No, sir.
Okay, now the board is visible.
Yes, sir.
It's a blackboard. Yeah, it's not whiteboard. It's a
ब्लैक
blackboard.
बोर्ड दिख रहा है सर
Yes, it's a blackboard. Yes, the old style of blackboard, is it not? So let me start with this blackboard. So students, you need to mute yourself. After talking, you need to mute yourself. See. So metals and non-metals. So as a student already said the name of the metals. So can I once again listen from you? What are the name of metals? Sadab, yes, Sadab.
Sir, metals, for example, iron, copper, etc.
Okay, Ala Khan, speak.
सर आयरन कॉपर एंड ETC.
ETC. So the name of the metal is ETC? No.
No, sir.
Okay, no issue. Mohammad Ursan.
सर
Yes.
गोल्ड
Gold, very good. What is the symbol of gold?
Sir, iron, metals, or silver, etc.
Silver. Okay. Okay. Muhammad Aman Raja. Yes, Aman, say.
Sir, aluminium, gold, metal, copper.
Oh, right. We have already written it. Is it not? Okay. Saif Hussain. Anything else? Any other metals do you know?
Sir, zinc.
Okay.
Zinc.
Okay. Is there any other metal?
Sir, no, sir. Titanium. Sir, SS. Sir, sodium.
Sodium. Very good. And
Sir, SS. Silver.
okay, silver already have written. So can you say some of the non-metal
Sir,
examples?
SS. Sir, diamond.
Non-metal.
Sir, mercury.
Mercury is a non-metal.
Sir, SS metal.
Sir, non-metal
में आता है सर प्लास्टिक
Sir, hydrogen.
रबर
Diamond.
Sir, hydrogen. Rubber.
Yes, Sadab, say. Unmute yourself. Yes.
Sir, plastics, coal, hydrogen and oxygen.
Okay. Hydrogen, oxygen is non-metal.
Yes, sir. Plastic,
Okay. Ala Khan.
सर प्लास्टिक रबर एंड रोड
Rod.
सर
No. Okay. Amir Multani.
Sir, H2SO4,
Multani?
O2, CO2, sulfur dioxide,
Stage support. Hey, Farooq. Sulfur dioxide.
oxygen, carbon dioxide.
Very good. What is your name, beta? Amir Multani. Very good, Amir. Okay. Is there anyone else want to speak? Rehan Saeed.
Yes, sir, carbon, oxygen, sulfur, fluorine.
Good. Very good. Okay, let me ask something different. So can you say me what are the characteristic of metal? What is the characteristic of metal? Can you say? Amir, can you say?
Sir, what?
Characteristic of metal, properties of metal.
Properties.
Rehan, can you say? Mohammad
Sir,
Maruf Ansari.
can I say for copper?
No. We are asking about the properties. Properties means as a human being, as a Musliman. So all we are imandar. Our prophet is Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we should go for Hajj. We should give zakat. So these are the properties of a Muslim mu'min. So like what is the properties of metal? M for Muslim, M for metal.
Sir, may I say?
Yes.
Sir, metals are good conductor of electricity.
Very good. Metals are good conductor of electricity. How can you know that metal are good conductor of electricity? From where you have get to know? Have you got any example of in your daily life where you use the metal as a good conductor? No. Okay. Amir Multani, do you want to say?
Sir, metals.
No.
Metals are very hard.
Metals are very hard. Very good.
Metals are very hard and they can be molded.
But generally metals are very hard. Not all the metals are very hard. So you should add a term is called generally or commonly, because there are some exceptions. What are the exceptions? Can you say what is the metal do you use in thermometer? Say Amir.
Sir, mercury.
So mercury is a hard metal. Mercury
No,
is a
sir,
solid.
mercury is liquid.
No. Oh, so now how can you say that now that just a minute ago, just few seconds ago, you have told that metals are very hard. So these are the examples. You are absolutely right, beta. Metals are very hard in commonly or generally, but some of the exceptions are there, like mercury is a liquid metal and sodium, lithium is a soft metal. It feel like rubber. Do you know, if pinch of sodium like this, what I am saying is like this, in this much, if you can put it in water, suddenly what will happen? Boom, all of a sudden you can say it will blast, because sodium is the most reactive element. Sodium is the most reactive metal. So that's why when you put sodium, we'll get doom. Lithium is also a soft metal. Okay, so we have got an idea about in the overview about the metals and non-metals. So generally metals, hard, metal, solid. Metals are solid, and metals are good conductor of heat, good conductor of electricity, good conductor of heat, good conductor of electricity. So can you see that? So all the students are very good. In fact, I have not told you anything. You have told already. You know that the properties of metal. So just we are just coming with the idea that whatever you know, I am just getting your idea a little bit of extended. So these are the common thing you know. What are the things you don't know? I will ask in that part. So all the students, lower your hand. Nur Alam Khan, do you want to say anything? Nur Alam Khan.
Yes sir.
Yes, say.
सर मालेबल भी है ना?
हाँ, malleable भी है. मैं वो पार्ट पढ़ाऊंगा ना अभी. Malleable भी है. अभी पढ़ाऊंगा ये वाला चीज. ठीक है. सादाब और कुछ आप बोलना चाहोगे?
Yes, sir.
Yes, say.
Some metals are good conductor of electricity because we usually see that the wires, in a wire, the metal, copper and aluminiums are used.
Very good. Very good. Thank
And
you.
metals are and generally metals are hard, sir.
Generally metals are hard. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. So now about this idea, let me show you something about metal. Yeah, Nur Alam Khan, again you want to say something? Yeah, Nur beta. Say, what do you want to say?
Sir, high density.
Okay. So I'm just coming on that part. Now when you have said density, then lots of boom in my mind. It's like that, what is density? The first questions come to my mind. So let me go now a little bit of slow, so that all the students get understand out. Amir Multani and all the students, are you understanding all the thing? All the students are participating. Hassan Raja. Okay. So can I say a thumb? Can I see a thumb that you have understood whatever the ideas I'm doing with you? Okay. अच्छा, मैं आपको अभी एक वीडियो शेयर करता हूँ. अब ये वीडियो देखेंगे हम लोग सब मिलके. तो इसमें मैं जो भी अभी तक बोला आपको, इसको थोड़ा सा हम लोग एक साथ देखते हैं, है ना?
Aluminium or wood? What about the phone or the laptop you're viewing this video on? You must have all heard the terms metals and non-metals. Can you look around and see if they exist in your surroundings? What is your table made up of? Aluminium or wood? What about the phone or the laptop you're viewing this video on? Is it made up of metals and non-metals? As a matter of fact, it is. Almost everything around will be made up of either a metal or a non-metal. But how do you differentiate between the two? Is it as easy as the difference between the two colors, black and white? Well, for that,
I have muted all. If the students want to say anything, then they would raise your hand, then I'll be allowed to speak. Otherwise, the students are after saying they are not muting themselves. Okay. So if anyone want to say anything like say Junaid or something else, then you simply need to raise your hand. If we have got any kind of difficulties of understanding it, then I will make you understand that whatever you are getting of problems. Okay.
Let us look at the physical properties of each category in detail. Let us take, for example, the ornaments. Any of the ornaments will do. What do you have to say about them? You will observe that most of them are made up of gold or silver. Let us look at them closely. Do they have a shining surface? Or even the aluminium utensil in the kitchen? Does it shine? Of course, both gold and aluminium have a certain shine. Do you know what this shine is called? Well, it is called luster, and as both gold and aluminium are metals, this is known as metallic luster.
Can you see? So this is the one of the properties of a metal. This is called luster. So now the question is that only metal are showing the property like luster? No. Is there any exceptions? Yes, there is an exception. In spite of being non-metal, iodine is also can show lusterity. Iodine is an example. Iodine is an exception of this property, of this metallic property, which are called luster. So what is luster? Luster is called on shiny surface is a property of the most metals. This is because metals can be polished because of their ability to shine and reflect light. But all the things like the shining things are non-metals. But that the metals have got the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given this property to the metals to shining property, and they can reflect the light. Okay. So because of their ability to shine and reflect light, metals such as gold and silver and platinum are used for making jewelry and other decorative articles.
Now we know that metals have a metallic luster. Now if the utensil drops on the floor, does it break into parts? No, right? That is because metals are generally hard in nature. However, this hardness varies from metal to metal. A very thin plate of gold, for example, can be easily broken with a little pressure. Plate? Did I say plate of gold? How do you think huge aluminium sheets are made? Or sheets of copper or zinc? If I take a hammer and beat them, will they break or will they turn into sheets? It is the amazing property of metals to be beaten into sheets. And we call this property of metals as malleability of metals.
What is malleability? So metals can be beaten into sheets are called malleability. Okay, so most metals can be beaten into thin sheets of foils. These properties of by virtue of which metals can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. So gold and silver are the most malleable metals. This is what helps jewelry designers create increasingly curved bangles. How can you do the bangles? You know, चूड़ियां पहनते हैं ना, चूड़ियां कैसे बनाते हैं, चेन्स कैसे बनाते हैं. अगर इसके ये प्रॉपर्टी नहीं होते हैं, malleability, if we don't have the properties of malleability, we are unable to make चूड़ियां, bangles, necklace. You know, these are the things. So the decorative articles of gold and silver, other metals that can be beaten into sheets, including aluminium, iron, copper, and tin. Okay, so the non-metals are brittle. It cannot be beaten into sheets and foils. Okay, do you have got any confusion about this concept? Then you need to raise your hand. Okay, Sadaf is going to thumb. Yeah, Muhammad Ursan. Yeah, Ursan. Say. Ursan, say. What is the problem you are having?
No problem, sir.
Then you have, why you have raised your hand? Raise your hand means you have got problem. And if you got no problem, then you need to say thumb. Okay, this is the sign like the Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, good. Let's carry on.
Most metals can be beaten into thin sheets. Do you know another important property of metals? Have you ever seen copper wires or thin gold wires used to make jewelry? Metals, by nature, can also be drawn into wires. Do you have any clue as to what this property is called? It's called ductility of metals. The ability of metals to be drawn into wires is called ductility.
So can you say another property which is known as the ductility? So what is ductility? So most metals can easily be drawn into thin wires. Most metals can be easily drawn into thin wires. So you need to write these points. Do you have copy with you? Have you got the copy with you? All the students must sit with a copy. And whatever the points, what we were discussing about, you need to write in your copies. Okay. So these are the properties that we have came to know from this class. Otherwise, we don't be able to remember in the next class. So whatever the technique we are having in our brain, so what are the things we have known? The properties of metal, they are hard, they are ductile in nature, they have a luster, and they are malleable. So the three properties we have came to know from this video is that they are malleable, they are they show lusterity, and they show ductility. Malleability, ductility, and luster. Okay. Yeah, Saif Hussain, say whatever you want to say.
Sir, what is the ductility of metals?
See, the ductility is that the metals which can be drawn into wires, these properties are called ductility. You can convert, like this is metal. So I have found this metal. So I can convert it into a wire like this. Like this. So this is the hard metal, the thin upper metal like this. I have got it. Now I have converted it into a thin wire. So this is called the ductility. Will we be able to do that in gases? No. Can you able to do with the liquids? The answer is no. The liquids can be made into dryer. आपका लिक्विड को वायर में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं? नहीं. आपका गैसेस को कर सकते हैं? नहीं. लेकिन ये मेटल को हम कर सकते हैं. So this way, that's why it's called ductile. The nature of the wire and the metal, the properties of the metal is called ductility. Yes, Faisal, say. Unmute yourself.
So what are three properties, please say again?
Yes, the three properties I written. Lusterity. Luster. Number one is the luster. Luster.
Yeah.
Number two is malleability. And number three is ductility. And they are also hard in nature, generally.
There is an amazing fact I want you to know. A single gram of gold can be drawn into a 2-kilometer long wire. Isn't that amazing?
Can you see that? How amazing is that? Single gram of gold can be drawn into 2 kilometers of a wire. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created these things in such a way so that human being अपने दिमाग को इस्तेमाल करके क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. आपको पता है अगर हम हमारे अंदर जो नस है, नस जो नर्व है, वो नर्व को अगर खोल दिया जाए जो हार्ट में पंप करता है, वो कितना दूर जा सकता है? 60,000 miles in a day. एक दिन में 60,000 miles जा सकता है. अल्लाह ने ऐसा पंप बनाया है जिसको हम लोग हार्ट कहते हैं. ठीक है? Yeah, Faisal, say. Yes, Faisal, unmute yourself, please.
No, sir, no any doubt.
Okay, then need to lower your hand.
Well, there are some more interesting properties of metals which we will learn in our next lesson. We learned 4 properties of metals in our earlier video. Can you name them for me? Metallic luster, malleability, ductility, and that they are hard. These were the 4 properties, right?
So these are the 4 properties we came to know from the previous video. What are the 4 properties? Students, you need to write it in your copies. Note it down on your copies. Metallic luster, malleability, ductility, and hardness. These are the 4 properties we learned from the last video.
Can you think of some more properties of metals? Metal utensils are used for cooking, aren't they? Why do you think they're used for this purpose? Which energy do we need to cook food? Heat energy.
So can you say what is this properties? What is the property we are using of metal to cook our food? Which property are you using? Yes. Yes, Adab, say.
Some metals are conductor of heat, sir.
Very good. So what is the name of this property?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
See, can you hold on? So can you see, can you say what is the name of the machine by which we came to know about our body temperature?
Sir, thermometer.
Thermometer. So what is the name of the thermo and meter? What is the name of thermo? What is meter? Meter means to measure something. And what is
Yes,
thermo?
Thermo. Sir, temperature.
Okay. So now say what is the temperature or what is the property of this incident? It's thermal conductivity. It's
Thermal conductivity.
Okay. Okay. Good. Well tried.
Correct. We need heat energy to cook food, and metal utensils are good conductors of heat. They help transfer heat evenly through the entire surface and provide even heating. No doubt, most metals are known to be good conductors of heat. Do you know the 2 best conductors of heat? They are silver and copper. 2 other metals like lead and mercury are
So note it down. What are the 2 best conductors of heat? Note it down. Silver and copper. Silver and copper are the most conductive. They can show the most conductivity heat. Okay.
comparatively poor conductors of heat. Electric wires were also made up of metals, right? Why is that? It's because they are good conductors of electricity too. If we have a battery and a bulb connected in a circuit with a metal wire, you will see that the bulb will glow where the switch is closed. And because they are good conductors of electricity, they are coated with rubber-like material. This rubber-like material acts as an insulator which protects us from being electrocuted if we touch the wire by mistake.
Yes, Saif Hussain, say. Saif Hussain, say.
सर 2 प्रॉपर्टीज थी जो हीट की बेस्ट कंडक्टर, उनमें एक तो सिल्वर था, एक और कौन सा था?
क्या था बोलिए, किसको बोलना है और कौन सा कहेंगे? एक
सर
सिल्वर था
बेस्ट
और एक कौन
सर
था?
बेस्ट कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट, एक तो सिल्वर था, एक और कौन सा था?
गोल्ड.
सर बेस्ट कंडक्टर ऑफ हीट.
Yes. Just a minute. Let me do that. Again I am showing that. Silver and copper. Silver and
Yes,
copper.
sir. Yes, sir.
Silver and copper. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Too. If we have a battery and a bulb connected in a circuit with a metal wire, you will see that the bulb will glow where the switch is closed. And because they are good conductors of electricity, they are coated with rubber-like material. This rubber-like material acts as an insulator which protects us from being electrocuted if we touch the wire by mistake. Do you know any other property of metals? What
is
happens when we
insulator?
strike a metal on a hard surface?
So what is insulator? Insulator is basically protect us from being electrocuted. Okay, these are the insulator. Like in our household, we can say the cord. We can say about the mobile charger cord. There is a metallic wire inside, but on the outer side there is a coated thing by which if we can touch that part, we do not get electrocuted. So why we do not get electrocuted? Because that part is a bad conductor of electricity. Okay, so that cannot conduct the electrical current. So that's why we are not electrocuted. वी डू नॉट गेट शॉक लगा ऐसे ना, शॉक लगा। तो शॉक क्यों नहीं लगता है? क्योंकि ऊपर इंसुलेटर दिया हुआ है ना, प्लास्टिक दिया हुआ है, ऐसे कुछ चीज दिया होता रहता है, इसीलिए शॉक नहीं लगता है। तो इसको कहते हैं ना इंसुलेटर। तो अंदर जो है वो देखिए दो टाइप का होता है। एक जो है ये वायर होता है, ये आपको ब्राउन दिखाई दे रहा है। तो ब्राउन का ऊपर जो एक कवर है यहाँ पे, तो ये एक येलो हो गया, एक ब्राउन हो गया, एक ब्लू हो गया। तो इसका हम बाद में इसको डिस्कशन करेंगे। इसका भी कुछ कलर कोड है, एक न्यूट्रल होता है, एक पॉजिटिव होता है, एक नेगेटिव होता है। और इसका ऊपर एक पाइप रहता है। ये पाइप ये दीवार है ना, इसका अंदर जो है ना, आप अगर देख सकते हैं तो मेरे यहाँ पे जो बोर्ड्स हैं, तो ये बोर्ड पे आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे कुछ वायर नहीं है। क्योंकि कहाँ है वायर? तो वायर कहाँ गया? तो वायर जो है ना, ये अंदर से जाता है। कहाँ का अंदर से जाता है? मतलब इसका जो है ये वॉल के अंदर से जाता है। तो इसको इंसुलेट किया जाता है। तो इस तरह का पाइप के अंदर उसको दिया जाता है ताकि ये शॉक नहीं लगे, और जो है वॉल जो है, और जो हम लोग को जो है ना, इसमें शॉक नहीं लगे, इससे इलेक्ट्रिक्यूटेड हम नहीं हो सके। ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड काउंसिल वायरिंग।